It's time for Friday night football action. Let's enter the end zone with your host, Bill Shanks.
And hello again, everybody, and welcome to the end zone. I'm Bill Shanks from Fox Sports 1670 AM in Macon. In our last segment, in about 10 minutes, we'll have our game of the week, Stratford at Mountain DeSales. Let's kick things off, though, with Perry driving over to Fort Valley to play Peach County. This is a tall order for the improved Panthers, who have done very well under new head coach Stacy Harden. The Trojans, though, have just been in another league so far this season, scoring at will on teams and stifling opponents with a solid defense. Let's check out the highlights now. The Panthers and the Trojans. Here we go for some of the action of this game. And the Trojans will get it started first. Brett Montgomery, the quarterback, with a pitch out to Travis Richmond, who's going to get about 10 yards there on the right side. Then Montgomery again will go back to pass, looking for Chris Holt up the middle for about a 15-yard gain there as Peach County is driving. Travis Richmond then will get the ball right side. Here he goes. He gets in there. He's in there just barely for the score. PAT would be good. 7-0 Peach County on top. First quarter still. Trojans with the ball. Richmond again, 10 yards right up the middle for another touchdown. And they're rolling already. Isaiah Miller then is going to break off with a two-point conversion. And watch this. He barely gets in there. Tripped up, but he lands in the end zone for 2 points. 15-0 Peach. Then first quarter still. Brett Montgomery back, looking for Devarius Miller, and he's got him for a 25-yard completion. Then on the direct snap from Travis Richmond to Darian Howard, who's going to run up the right side, get stopped just short of the goal line, but then Howard runs up the left side, gets the touchdown there to make it 22-0. Peach on top. Then again, second quarter now, Trojans with the ball. Sean Kelly goes for a 36-yard field goal. It's good. It's 25-0, and Peach on their way to an easy win. 53-20 is the final score. Montgomery had 167 yards through the air with 2 touchdowns. They are now 8-0, and they play at Howard next week. Now to Macon. Westside hosting West Lawrence in another Region 2 AAA game. Here we go with that game. Westside starts off with the ball with the drive for the end zone as Terrell Johnson's going to pick up a first down here for Westside. And he gets down to, good run there, gets down to about the 19-yard line for Westside. And the fans are waving that flag, doing that tomahawk chop, doing that flag bit. Continuing now with the drive. Daniel Duhart drops back, launches the ball. Rick Merritt is going to catch it, and he's going to get it short of the goal line, and there's still no score here midway through the first quarter. Westside will go for the touchdown. Terrell Johnson. Watch this hit coming up right now. He is going to get, boom, slammed. I got his ribs rocked right there. But the Seminoles will get it now. Duhart back to pass. Number 7, Rick Merritt's going to get it, but he's going to fall short of the goal line, and the Seminoles will then hand it off to Johnson, who will charge it over with authority for the 6 points right there. It's good for the score, and the Seminoles are celebrating there with some points on the board as they're up by the score of 7-0. West Lawrence tries to get going now. Demetrius Green is going to start for the Raiders and start the drive with a nice run here for West Lawrence. He's going to get about 20 yards here for the Raiders. And they're driving, getting some good field position there, but then close to the end zone, the Raiders trying to get in the end zone for the score, but the pass is tipped and incomplete there, and they would try to get 6 points but couldn't do it there. Second quarter now, the Raiders push to get on the scoreboard once again. Demetrius Green gets them close and pushing, knocking on the door, and he's going to get in there. That's Ernest Reed for the score. That makes it 7-7. Westside would come back and win this game, though. It was tight. 19-7 the final. Seminoles now 6-2. Raiders fall to 4-4, and Westside with a good win there at home. Up next, a big city rivalry in Macon between Northeast and Southwest, and we'll check on the Tattnall Trojans. We're back with more right after this. Thanks for sticking with us on the end zone. Let's keep it rolling now. The highlights and check on Northeast and Southwest. Both of these teams playing good football. The Raiders won 2 in a row before their week off last week, while the Patriots had won 4 in a row coming into tonight's play. Pretty important Region 2 AA game between these two Macon schools. Here we go to Henderson Stadium for the highlights of this game. And we start out with some dancing going on there. Good crowd on hand tonight at Henderson Stadium. First quarter, Southwest, the quarterback, Brontavious Morgan's going to roll right, and it's going to hit his wide receiver, Jacob Hughes, for the first down. Nice catch there. Southwest driving with the ball. Chris Johnson, the running back, gets the pitch and makes a nice cut, picks up about 7 yards there for Southwest. Then the Patriots with a methodical drive. Jewett Jones makes 2 moves right there, gets about 6 yards. Now Southwest looking to air it out a little bit. At quarterback, Morgan will pass to Jacob Hughes, makes the catch, but he's out of bounds. Southwest will go back to the ground. Jones breaking the tackles there. Nice cutbacks, gains about 5 yards. Then 4th down for Southwest. The running back Carl Williams gets the carry, picks up 3, but he needed 5, and they would turn it over on downs. The second quarter now, Northeast would get the ball, and no score so far. Running back Adarius Davis will shutter step in the backfield and gets planted by Josh Dean right there. Now the Raiders look to go deep. Tobias Tinsley rolls right, heaves it up for grabs to Dante Gaston, but he bobbles it but makes the catch for about 50 yards. Raiders looking to drive. The running back Curtis Wisby is going to be dropped by a host of Southwest defenders there. On 3rd down, Tinsley looking to pass, sacked for about 8-yard loss there, and it was a lot of defense in this game. 0-0 at the half, and Northeast wins it. It's kind of an upset right here. 14-6 is the final as the Raiders get the upset over the Patriots. Now to Thompson Stadium we go. Mary Persons in making to play the Central Chargers. The fans trying to stay a little bit warm. And we start with the second half highlights with Mary Persons up 14-10. Mary Persons with the ball now, triple option. Sweep left goes to Nick Davis, and he's going to pick up the first down for Rodney Walker's Bulldogs there and trying to keep it on the ground, which is what Coach Walker likes to do. Davis again showing the burners, and he's going to take off. Watch this, 60 yards. He's going to be gone. Nobody can catch him for the touchdown. And the Mary Persons fans on their feet there for that, as they are always a good bunch of fans from Forsyth. 21-10 the score there. Mary Persons out on top. Later in the third, Central returning a punt. Jadarius Meadows is pulled down by a face mask, and that puts the Chargers in pretty good field position. And then the quarterback, Tabaki Clark, goes back action and finds Kenneth Lott for the first down there. Nice play. And then Clark to Lott. It's going to connect again. Back to pass, a swing pass, and he's going to be dropped by Kendrell Bradley. Now a nice play call here as Clark is going to go back, look to his left, and then goes right. Norman Wills gains about 18 right there, but the Mary Persons defense just too tough here tonight for this game right here as they just roll on here. Nice defense there by the Bulldogs. There you see a nice tackle there. Bulldogs tough, and they win it 21-10 is the final. They improve now to 5-3 on the season and play Westside at home next week. Let's go to Tattnall now. The Trojans hosting an improved John Miller's team. And here come the teams on the field. A beautiful night for football. Holy cow, was it a nice night for football, and the fans were loving it. John Millage on their first position. They could not move the ball at all. Tattnall's defense was pretty tough, so they had to punt the ball away, and Tattnall would get it back and trying to get the ball rolling, trying to get some offense going. John Rader to Andrew Layson for a good run here. It's going to run for about 35 yards. But Tattnall would try to get the field goal, and it would be up and no good. And at the end of the first quarter, there was no score. But Tattnall would get on the board here in the second quarter. John Rader is going to hand it off to Layson, and he's going to score for the touchdown to give the Trojans a 7-0 lead. And that would put the Trojans up on top. They would go on to win this game by the score of 28-0, and Tattnall plays at Stratford next week. We've got our game of the week, Stratford and Mount DeSales, right after this.
You're watching Friday Night Football on 41 NBC.
And thanks, girls. We're back on the End Zone. I'm Bill Shanks. Now it's time for our game of the week, Stratford at Mount DeSales. There's no doubt the GISA is not as strong this year, with the local teams having to play many of the weaker private schools from the Atlanta region. But that doesn't discount the fine season both Stratford and Mount DeSales are having. Stratford has won 5 in a row behind star running back Marquez Lemon. They've averaged 46 points per game in their winning streak. Mount DeSales undefeated, and they are already having their best season since 2003. Cavs are averaging 47 points per game. Here we go, out to Mike Garvin Stadium for some of the highlights of this game where the Cavs were walking slow early on. And then they kind of took off. Let's kick it off with our 5-star driver of the week. Stratford gets off first now on the 22, 1st and 10. Austin Simmons cuts back up the middle for 9. Direct snap now. They did a lot of that tonight. Marquez Lemon to the 41 for a gain of about 10 here. The tackle by Seth Hadaway. Then the direct snap to Greer Smith. He's going to pick up about 8 yards, running up the middle, getting near midfield. A couple of plays later now from the 41 of Mount DeSales. Lemon is going to get it and run to about the 32 as they're taking up a lot of that clock and getting first downs. Then the direct snap to Smith, right side now, and he's going to get a nice pickup of about 15 yards to the 17 and another first down. 2 plays later, the snap to Lemon up the middle. To the 2-yard line he goes. He's getting close. First and goal. Then Patrick Smith under center. Handoff to number 5, Lemon. Touchdown. Stratford gets on the board. Ryan Ridley comes on to get the PAT, and he makes his mama, Sherry Sherling, a proud mama. It's up in the trees. Blair Walsh Jr., hello. 7-0 Stratford with the early lead, and that was our 5-star driver of the week. Cavs get it now, 2nd and 6 on their own 39. Nice pass to Josh Abrams for a gain of about 20 yards, and they are moving. Then 3 plays later, from the 37, Bradley Smith with a pass up the middle. Miles Swain, he's got it. How about a touchdown? Nice play. 7-play drive, 80 yards for the Cavs, and 3 minutes and 13 seconds for 6 points. The game was tied at 7. Now, on the kickoff to Stratford, Greer Smith is going to have it stripped away. Watch this. They just take it away from him. Chris Moxley of Mount LaSalle's comes up with it, and the Cavs get it back. They have it on the Eagles 32. Bradley Smith, same play to Josh Abrams. Picks up about, he's going to get about 17 yards here. How about another first down for Mount LaSalle's? Then Smith from the shotgun. Watch this play. Shotgun, drops back, rainbow, right side. Brandon Sartin, touchdown. How about that play right there? Not bad. PAT was no good, and Mount LaSalle's up 13-7. Now in the second quarter, Cavs with it again from their own 33. The handoff to Chris Swain. Watch him go. A long way. 67 yards. Just puts him over 1,000 for the season. Touchdown Cavaliers. The PAT would be good, and that made it 20-7. Stratford bounces back, though, on their own 32. Marquez Lemon. Nice run here. It's going to avoid some tacklers. Gets into the Cavs 46 for about a 22-yard gain. Then 2 plays later, handoff to Lemon from the 1-yard line. Touchdown Stratford. He gets it in there for 6 points. Ridley's PAT would make it 20-14. Eagles down by 6, but the Cavaliers were not finished. Second quarter on the 8, 3rd and 3. Bradley Smith, Josh Abrams, touchdown. What a play that is in the middle of the end zone. That made it 28-14 after the 2-point conversion, and that was the score at halftime. Then in the third quarter, Cavs get it first, and they score again. On their own 25, the handoff to Chris Swain. Here he goes again. 75 yards. Touchdown. That made it 34-14. Cavs would go on to win it easily, 55-38. What was the over-under on this one? Chris Swain had 217 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 10 carries. Marquez Lemon, 247 yards on the night with 5 touchdowns. Cavaliers now 8-0. Stratford falls to 6-2. And at halftime, they made me sing Ring of Fire in front of several thousand people, and I was outstanding. Yeah, right. We'll have more scores from around the state of Georgia right after this. Check out the Bill Shanks Show every weekday afternoon from 3 until 6 on WPLA, Fox Sports 1670 AM. You can also listen online at www.foxsports1670.com. We talk sports, take your phone calls. We're also the home of the Dan Patrick Show. Jim Rome, and tomorrow at 4, it's the Saturday Scoreboard with Bobby Pope. Let's check on some more scores now. Here's Dustin Wilson with more. Dustin?
Yeah, Bill, we've got a lot of scores to get to. Let's go ahead and get to those right now. We start things off with Rutland defeating Howard 35-8. The Hurricanes will travel to face Baldwin next week. Baldwin sitting at undefeated after they got the win tonight, 41-17 over the Veterans Warhawks. The Northside Eagles 42, Houston County Bears 0. Northside now 8-0 will host Northside Columbus next week. Thomas County Central put a whooping on Lee County 69-28. Thomas County Central now at 6-2, and they will host Warner Robins next week. The Burke County Bears 28, Washington County Golden Hawks 21. Burke County will face Butler next week. 46-0 Fitzgerald Purple Hurricanes were rolling tonight as they defeated the Berean Rebels. Berean is now 0-8. Fitzgerald moves to 7-2. The Swainsboro Tigers 35, Bleckley County Royals 13. Swainsboro will travel to Screven next week, and Bleckley County will take on Dodge County. Dublin Fighting Irish 35, Dodge County 10. Dublin moves to 7-1 and will take on Jefferson County next week. Jefferson County 47, East Lawrence 16. The Warriors of Jefferson County will face Dublin next week, as I just said that, and they move to 6-1-1. The Putnam County War Eagles 21, Pike County 7. The War Eagles will travel to Thompson Stadium to play Northeast next week. And the Hawkinsville Red Devils 35, Schley 3. And we've got one more score for you. Landmark Christian 23, FPD 21. Bill, a lot of scores, a lot of things going on, and playoffs are coming up.
All right, we're out of time for this week. We're back next week for more scores. For now, I'm Bill Shanks. Thank you for being with us. For all of us at 41 NBC, good night.